So welcome everyone, my name's Jackie. Tonight's theme is the spine, a healthy spine. When we are feeling stiff, if it's maybe the neck or maybe you suffer with lower back, it really affects your life, it affects your sleeping, it can bring on depression, but it can also really affect the nervous system as well when we're out of balance. So tonight's practice is working from opening up the spine and helping us feel a bit more flexible by doing long holds to get into the deeper tissues. So this is known as yin yoga. We're going to start off just to come into the practice by reclining back into, some of you may know it as a reclined fish, but we're going to place a block under the head and one in the middle of the spine where the bra line is. If you haven't got this, then grab your bed pillow and then just recline back. The idea is that we're just giving you a little bit of an opening into the thoracic, so that's the middle spine and neck. So take your time and just see how it feels just to recline back. Take your time. Go on in. Go on in. Take your time and just back yourself slowly down. If you've got any back issues, you may not like to have the knees bent, or take the knees out and come into what we call butterfly with the feet together. So just recline gently back. The core muscles will tighten to allow you safely to go back. And then when you get there, just try to relax. So whatever you've got to hand, a pillow, a bolster, a couple of pillows, yeah, you can adjust with whatever you've got to hand at home. Now it's a slower process of allowing the muscles to relax. So just take a moment just to come into the practice, a lighting of candle, a setting an intention. So again, those that do the weekly sessions with me, maybe you set your intention for the new year. Just bring this to mind. Maybe you just want to bring something into your life like love, abundance, health, and joy. So we'll just create this nice ecosystem together, this kind of positive bubble. And anytime the mind wanders off, maybe there's a bit of judgment already about your session or what you were going to do, just let that go. Start to tune into the breath. Notice how the spine is reacting to leaning back. How is your neck reacting? Where are the points that are touching the floor? And then gently send the breath down into the belly. This is in Chinese medicine known as the lower dantian. And you can even place your hands on the belly, either side of the navel, and make a nice triangle shape. And just gently breathe in, draw the breath all the way down, and feel the hands lifting up towards the sky. Gentle ballooning. And as we exhale, feel the navel dropping down towards the floor, the surface that you're lying on. 2 more breaths, so a little bit deeper with the breath. Maybe a sigh out now. Exhale any tension, any stress, any worries, any concerns. Then allow your breath just to come back to not being forced or controlled. And you may even like to stretch your arms overhead or out to the side. So just see what the body feels like it wants to do. Trust your intuition. If you feel any pain, any heat, or any tingling too much, then slightly back out. Maybe you're just trying to push or force the body into a shape you think it needs to be in, not the one it wants to be in or needs to be in. And again, the blocks can work pretty well here. That will just go a little bit deeper into that thoracic bend and that setting in. few more breaths here. Again, it's just a feeling of letting go, surrendering. Especially if you like to control everything in your life, let your yin practice be non-controlling. And then when you're ready, we're going to make a slow exit out. You'll feel quite stiff coming out of a yin posture. You can feel quite aged, so take your time. Slowly roll off everything that you're on, move it out of the way, and then come to a bit of a rebound where you're just going to let the body come into a neutral position. This could be lying on your belly. This could be lying on your back. It's a neutral position to let your body come back home to itself, to reset, to realign that spine. And then when you're ready, in your own time, very slowly, mindfully, we're going to roll onto the, stay on your back actually. Roll over onto your belly. And we're going to just come into a lumbar spine release. This is called Sphinx pose. But first of all, once you've just seen what I'm doing, just relax for a moment. Eventually, we're going to see how it feels to lift the head, nose and chin and chest. And like the Sphinx, have the arms in front together or out to the side. So we're not going up straight away. We're going to take our time, feeling into the lower back, a little wobble side to side. If there are any back issues, you'll need a tiny core engagement. So let's pull up your pelvic floor muscles to lift, and then you'll relax when you get to the top. Legs a bit wider than the hips, again, if you're a bit tight in the lower back, or if you've got no back issues, the legs can go a little closer. So it's all about exploring. The first position is just settling into it. Lift the head, nose, chin, and chest. You can, again, just release a little bit. If the back of the neck's really tight, then just dip your chin down. Now relax your belly. Think of your belly as being like marshmallow. Sending the breath back down into the belly, and then relax the bum muscles, the glutes. And we're going to focus on the chi energy going up and down the back of the legs. This is the kidney meridian, so our water systems. So we're getting that compression into the belly, but that lovely back extension into the lumbar spine. This counteracts all of that desk work, that sitting in chairs maybe that are not very comfortable and supporting the arch of the lower back. Now, some of you may enjoy bending the knees and taking your feet up to the sky because you've got no back issues. Relax the belly again once you get there. But for many of you, especially if it's your first yin session, this took me about 3 years to be able to lift up my legs because I've got degenerative disc disorder. So listen to the body. Back off and just relax back down. If you push too quickly and you're forcing your body. Again, yin is a very compassionate practice. We're honoring where our body is right down to a deep cellular level right now in this moment. Now, some of you may enjoy extending the arms in front and lifting your chest a bit more off the floor. You can shrug your shoulders here into the tortoiseshell or pop your head out. This is called seal pose. Really push down through the arms. If your mat's a bit slippy, you might need to adjust and just find that more suction through the hands. So a little bit more stronger, this one. Take your time. Again, you could bend the knees again, but that's very challenging for me, so I won't do it. But if you have no back issues, you can always just come back down if you're struggling to keep that grip. So anything from 3 to 5 minutes. This is going into the deeper layers. So we're trying to go into the fascial network of the body. So again, all that sort of spiderweb stuff that wraps around the bones and in between. It's kind of like the cling film of the body. Trying to get some lubrication in to this very, very, can be quite dehydrated parts of the body. So plenty of water, hydration, good sleep, movement, all these things help keep your body agile and the spine. Slowly, then we're going to back off and come down. And then we're going to slowly just relax, come to a neutral. Now, I don't like lying on my belly as neutral. So you might be like me. You might prefer just to spin yourself around and then just take your time. And again, you can sigh out every time you feel. You might feel a little bit of heat and warmth into the lower back. Again, this is where we hold fear. It's said to believe in Chinese medicine. And it's where our vitality jing, our essence, is stored as well. Now we're going to do a bit of a twist that's a bit strong into the shoulders. So if you've got any shoulder girdle issues, you're going to just take a baby twist with maybe a block or a cushion in between the knees, stretch your arms out, and then just reach across, with the knees going opposite direction to that front shoulder. If you have no shoulder issues, we're going to just take something slightly different. Take your arm out to the side. So again, if you're on hard floor, grab your blanket, stretch the arm out, and then you're slowly going to roll into the shoulder. Bring your knees together if you wish. So just something a little bit deeper for the shoulder girdle area. Again, all the arms attached to the spine. Again, remembering your variation. If you are not comfortable, there's a shoulder girdle issue, rotator cuff, then you might just want to do a little twist. So if it is your first yin practice this evening, it's really nice to do this at home. And the main reason is that you're not looking around the room and try to match the shape or the variation the person next to you is doing. So it's really great to be doing this at home. You can just be really honest. How's that feeling? Is it too much, too little, or just right? You can even stretch the top leg if you're taking the arm out to the side and reach it back. You can even bring the top arm to meet the bottom arm. Just again, depends on your skeletal variation. How is it feeling for you? So we're using the magic of our body weight and gravity as a massage effect into the deeper layers of the body, the organs. So there's the science and there's the Chinese medicine, those meridians that are being also stimulated. Heart and lung, particularly here, if you're doing the shoulder variation. If you get pins and needles or that it's just too much, then just back off, slowly come back to center. And if you're doing the twist variation, slowly bring your knees back to center now, and then we're going to swap arms out to the side. So I'm just taking my arm out to the side. I'll try and show you a different way so you can get a good So I'm just stretching that arm out. So I'm getting the shoulder down, and then I'm going to bend my knees for a while and just hang out here. Again, the side of the head's getting a nice stimulation as well. Very strong, this one. So just be mindful if the twist option I gave you might be a better option. Again, noticing how this side is feeling. Is there any difference? Is it stronger? Not as strong, more heat, less heat? And just breathe into that area. So if you're feeling the twist, it will be through the spine. If you're extending the arm out and leaning in, it will be very strong into that heart and lung meridian, the armpit area and shoulder. You can again take the back leg or top leg back. You can extend the arm to meet the other arm. They may not even go anywhere near each other. Just see. A few more breaths here. Remember, don't have to make it feel like a marathon. If you need to come out, your body's signaling, then just back off and come out a little earlier. Slowly, slowly. Some of these poses took a couple of years for me to hold, 3 to 5 minutes. So just bear that in mind. It's not a competition with your body. Relax, exit out, take that rebound, feel that flush of chi energy, that prana, that life force. Again, when we come out of a pose, it's like that masseuse thumb being released from that area, and the blood and proteins and hyaluronic acid all flush through. That's why yin is known as the fountain of youth practice. It's really great for stimulating our hyaluronic acid. When you're ready, you might feel nice now, just giving the knees a little hug in, a little massage side to side. Just again, see how that feels. Good. And now we're going to come to a pose called Bansana. This is a lateral bend of the spine now. So we're going to line our whole body up to one edge of the mat. So let's say our left side. Now, what we're going to do is, if we were a bird's eye looking down at ourselves on our mat, we're going to mimic a half moon banana shape. So we're going to lift that left shoulder, and you might want a couple of blankets or cushions to hold into the shoulder, or to rest the hands on top so they're not hanging. Now, your right foot could come close to the left. That's very strong if there's any SI joints. So you're going to feel the whole lateral bend, bit of QL muscle, that muscle from the ribs to the hips that gets super tight. So we're just kind of feeling like someone's wringing us, stretching our whole body into a banana shape, and that compression on the left. So if you're a fetus sleeper, this is a great way of combating one side being more stretched than the other, bringing it back into balance. Adjust your chin and head, find that optimum first position, and then just breathe into the belly. And again, if the mind starts to wander, often again when we're new at something, that monkey mind starts to kick in. Just give the monkey mind something to do. So we can either count our breaths, a 3 or 4 count breath in, count as you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. Or repeat your little affirmation or positive mantra. If you're not feeling too much, you can move the leg a little bit closer to that left leg, right leg, and adjust the shoulders a bit more. So you're always feeling something. And checking in that you're not tensing the toes or the knees, or even that grip of the hand. You can even let go if you're finding you're gripping and holding too much. Just let go of the hands then. Some of you might have instinctively just rolled onto your side and done like a banana shape because that's where your body took you. And that's okay too. So we get a bit cooler with this practice because we're not being dynamic. We're trying to consciously switch the muscles off. So layers, having a blanket, those cozy socks for yin is really important. So you're nice and warm. Again, just checking in. Did you push in a bit too deep? Do you need to back off slightly? So we often hold emotions in the form of stress or pain in the body. So our yin practice helps us just to open up into the deeper capsules of the body and release, sigh out, yawn, whatever you need to do, let it go. Okay, in a moment, we're going to start the process to backing off and coming back to a straight spine. Now, the exit out, the rebound is just as important as the pose or the shape we just held. Take a moment then before you move your whole body now over to the other long end of your mat. Grab everything that you might need for the other side, so that cushion, that pillow, and just line up the body. You might even need to bend the knees and just take a little massage there because that may have been quite intense for you. Then we'll start the process now of our whole body along that one line on that right side, and then take the left leg towards the left corner and lift the shoulder. Again, giving you that kind of banana shape, half moon shape. Again, the legs can be a bit closer. They can be stacked as well if you've got no lower back issues. Just see what it feels good. Using again the pillows and the cushions just to make you as comfortable as you possibly can. Again, enjoying that stillness, that feeling of surrender. Now we're well into the part of the nervous system called the parasympathetic, where we go into rest and digest. So we're coming out of fight-flight mode. And the deeper layers are getting that well-needed nourishment, lubrication. Check in that you're not tensing toes, knees. A few more breaths here. And it's all about nurturing in. And then when you're ready, slowly back off. And again, that aged, achy feeling is really normal. Allow the body just to flush out all the toxins. So lots of water tonight and tomorrow will also help that detoxing. You again might need a little movement of knees and a hug in. Just listen to your body. Ideally, you'll just drop out, but that can just take a while. Okay, when you're ready in your own time, slowly, you're going to meet me on all fours. So slowly roll yourself round. And we're going to come into a heart opening pose. If you've got a hard floor, you might want something under your knees. And what we're going to do here is just slowly, with the arms stretched out in front, slowly just peel the chest down towards the mat. And this will give you a really strong length of the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Try not to flare your ribs out. Try to just draw them in slightly, especially if you're a bit hypermobile in the ribs. You can even soften the hands. You can even take one hand under the head and do one arm option if the shoulders are super tight as well. So half. Again, knees are getting a bit of a stimulation as well. Again, notice if anywhere's shaking, tingling. Swap hands if you want, or extend them both and rest that insight point, so the area in between the eyebrows, into the mat or the floor. And sending the breath up and down the spine. Slow, cooling breaths. If shoulders are feeling that's too intense, then you can just bring the hands round to the heels and rest your head and come into a child's pose if you need to.
Enjoying about 5 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly come up. So if your arms are in front, you might just slowly roll them underneath the shoulders. You could instinctively there do a few cat-cows if you're feeling really tight in the lower back. So that curling arch, spine to the sky, tuck tailbone under, chin in, and then release the tailbone. And just slightly look forward. Don't jolt the head back into your cow. Exhale, curl up. And then gently release. We do this a little bit with our Monday lunchtime. We do more mobility stuff. So if you're keen to learn about a bit more of a yoga flow, then join me at lunchtimes on the Monday. Stretch your leg back, because just after opening up the knees, it's quite nice just to stretch the foot back and then swap sides. Now rebound, you can lie on your back. You could sit in Seiza. This is called Seiza, where I'm kneeling. The knees can be together or apart, and that could be your reset or your child's pose. So we're going to come a little bit now into the neck. Again, this can be very stiff and tight for some of you as well. So what we're going to do, you can kneel or you can sit cross-legged. And my little de-hunch at lunch, 30 minutes on a Friday, is a great one for neck and shoulders especially. So take a moment just to find that comfortable position. And then just check that your chin is parallel to the floor. Your spine is nice and long. And then gently, as we exhale, we're going to draw our ear towards the right shoulder. And that left hand may feel nice to hook round and hold. I'll show you. And it just adds a different dimension into the stretch along that left side. Or you could just hold your hand on a book or block. Cupping the hand is also a nice option just to bring a bit more weight bearing. So just again, cup the hand onto the temple. If that's too much, then just release the hand. Turning palm up receives that universal energy. And again, over the next few weeks, we'll probably do some tennis ball release, some myofascial release. We'll include some of that in these sessions as well. So teaching you how to release the trigger points. Lift the chin, so that will get into your levator scapula. That's the muscle that pulls your shoulders up to your ears. So that's going to probably feel very crystally, very tight and stiff, especially for you guys working from your desk jobs. And just breathe down that neck and shoulder. So again, anything above 90 seconds to 3 minutes is ideal. And you can do this when you're working as well, just to give yourself a bit of a break. Drop the chin. And then you're going to probably need to lift the head with that hand. Oh, it's going to feel really stiff. You'll instinctively there need a couple of shoulder rolls forward and back. And then go the other way. And even a nice hug. So give yourself a big, big, big hug. Little movement side to side. And then nod your chin down to chest. Oh, that should feel really lovely. Stretching again into the thoracic, in between shoulder blades. And that back of the neck. Hanging out here if it feels yummy, just stay with it. So earlier at the beginning we did opening. If you remember right, at the beginning we opened through the neck, and now we're doing it the opposite way. A flexion of the neck. A few more breaths here. And then gently come back to center. And you might just want now a little shoulder roll or a little release there, a turn of head, just slowly, mindfully, nothing too quick. Just rotate. And then we're going to do the ear to the opposite side now. So reset the spine nice and long. Again, sometimes sitting on a cushion if you're feeling you're leaning back too much, and then exhale, ear to shoulder. Or again, you can wrap that arm round and catch hold. Or support the head if that feels better, and turn maybe your palm up, or feel a bit more grounded, palm down. Notice how this side is feeling compared to the other side. Is it a bit more tighter? Maybe lift the chin now, see how that feels. It should feel really nice. We're doing some really deep work here. Your chiropractors and physios will love you for doing this practice. It's a great way of looking after the body. So we never want to feel we're at number 10. We're hanging out about number 7. And just come back to that relaxed breath. Let go. Feeling any tension or tightness. Let's do an exhale breath. Out through the mouth, a nice cleansing breath. Drop the chin. And then gently bring the head back to center. Again, that's going to feel really tight. Do a little reset there for a moment. So the chin is parallel to the floor. And just take the breath up and down the spine. So we're going to come back to a bit more of a twist now. And lots of options for this. So if you did a twist earlier and you were lying on your back, now we could maybe do the twist with the foot. Ankle on opposite knee and take the leg across. Or if there's no back issues, you might like crossing the legs like 2. But if you have not done yin before, I'd probably go back to the twist. Take your hips all the way to that front side of the mat. Stretch the arms out. Have a few pillows and things to catch the knees, because you don't want to be dangling. You want as many things there to catch the knees. Stretch out. And again, the idea is shoulder to opposite knee. You could even do hangman if you've not got much space. That's okay too. Now you could look the same way the knees are going. Look up or look down the opposite arm. Again, this is a little bit of yogi's choice here. Just again, feeling into how the body is responding. And just slowly, inch by inch, moment by moment, the knees will slowly go across, relaxing the belly muscles, and then gravity and everything underneath those inner thighs holding can stay there for a while, and then after a while, you can just relax into it. If there is no hard signals coming from the lower back, if there is, then just come out slightly, readjust, keep your knees stacked and your hips, so you're not putting any pressure on that very, very sensitive part of the pelvis, the lower back area, by bringing too much weight with the legs in.
And again, just feeling into that kind of suck and squeeze of the spine, the organs. Suck and squeeze is a good thing because we're pushing out all that stagnant chi, any of those toxins. And that's where the massage effect comes in. Again, a few more breaths here. And then gently bringing your knees back to center. Move all of your stuff that was on that side over to the other side now. Stretch the arms out, take a little release there. Again, the book or pillow or cushion in between the knees. Keep your knees together. Lift your hips back and then just slowly. So we're not aiming to get here too quickly. We might not even get there, just a few inches in. And then just start the process of that more deeper twist. Variation, again, you can have your supine pigeon option where the legs come across, or again, your wrapping of the legs into eagle pose. Whatever feels right, should not be pulling or causing any pain. And just notice again how this side is reacting. Is there a difference from the other side? And again, just exploring a few more breaths on this side. And we're going to finish with a nice flexion of the spine. So then we've done the spine in all the directions, the lateral bend, the extension leaning back, the work onto the lower back, the neck, and the flexion of spine in a moment. So slowly, when you're ready, gently bring everything back to center. Take your little rebound and just stretch your body out. Now, there's two variations for this. We can do a flexion with legs in the air against the wall. So if you're next to your wall, pop your bottom, so you roll your hips right up close to the wall or your bed, and then stretch your legs up. That can be your option if there's back issues. Again, not ideal for pregnancy, legs in the air. Or a flexion of spine with the legs forward. Couple of pillows. You can even sit on a pillow to tilt the pelvis there a little bit. And then just slowly over the next few minutes, we'll take a nice descend down. Again, for many of you, keeping the spine upright is going to be enough. We've done lots of work tonight, so you're only going to be here for a couple of minutes. And again, over the next few weeks, if you commit to giving your body this yummy practice, then you'll definitely start to get familiar with the poses and the variations. Again, just see how it feels. Taking your time just to allow the body to drape through. And again, that folding down, draw the breath. So there's a little bit of hamstrings and calf muscles where the legs are extended. Getting a nice massage there as well. Don't force the toes up, in or out. A few more breaths. Again, just enjoying your last maybe 5 breaths. You can back off and come out. That one can be quite a tight one for the lower back and the back of the legs, especially if you're not used to holding it. Again, taking your time. And then when you're ready in your own time, slowly, slowly, take your time and exit out. So take your exit out by slowly rolling up. You might want to do a little lean back there. Oh, that might feel really nourishing. You might then get ready for what we call savasana, relaxation. So grab a blanket, grab a cushion, and we'll use that to rebound as well, and slowly roll yourself down onto the mat. This is, for some people, the favorite bit of the practice. So as you get yourself ready and settled, take your time just to observe. So as we find that quiet place with your eyes closed, you begin to connect with your inner world of thought and feeling. Let your hands rest loosely by the sides and let your feet just relax a bit wider than the hips. Gradually, the external world will fade from your awareness. And for the next few minutes, give yourself permission to enjoy this relaxing experience. You are free from all responsibilities at this time. So put aside any thoughts of tasks or concerns that may be waiting for you. And if you find your mind wanders during this meditation, simply bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice, and I will guide you to a place of deep relaxation and inner stillness. Remember that you're always in control, and if you wish to stop, you can do simply by opening your eyes. Feel yourself relaxing. Remember just to focus now on a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. And then let that breath go. Take another deep breath in and exhale completely. Notice how calming it is to breathe this way. Notice the feelings of relaxation that are beginning to spread throughout your whole body. Continue to breathe slowly, deeply, and gently. With each breath you take, your thoughts become lighter, and you may sense a feeling of spaciousness opening up inside you. Relax now. Allow the gentle movement of your breath to guide you into an even more relaxed state. In and out, and deeper you go. In and out. Allow your mind to gradually slow down all by itself. In and out. You are now in a state of relaxation, and it's time to enjoy a guided journey to an inner place of serenity and bliss. As I speak, just allow images from your mind to naturally occur in your own time. And if mental pictures don't come easily, maybe a color or a sense of being in this place. Imagine that you're standing in a beautiful grassy field, and you can feel the lush green grass soft beneath your bare feet. And you can feel the warmth of the sun on your face and body. And you are very much at home in this peaceful place. You have all the time in the world. You feel safe and happy here. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings. The sense, maybe you're sitting on a bench, or there's a lovely picnic set up nearby, or maybe there's a tree. Begin to walk towards whatever you've pictured, the tree, the bench, the picnic. Take your time to be in the moment and appreciate and experience each step. As you walk, feel yourself slipping even more deeply into a state of total relaxation. And as you sit or sit underneath or lie back, appreciating this time of stillness, of relaxation, remembering the mind is very magical. We can just simply imagine and visualize ourselves in this special place. And we can come here anytime. We can just close our eyes and take ourselves to this peaceful place. Now you can hang out here and enjoy this peaceful place a little bit longer, the joy of being at home, or maybe you've fallen asleep. If you want to come round, you can take a big stretch, a yawn, stretch out the body. You might want to finish the practice with a nice gratitude list or a little bit of journaling. Write down your experience, how your session went today. All the information of the retreat is in the notes. So if you are interested in having a weekend away, learning some new self-love tool kits for your toolbox, I'll keep the session open so you can take a look at that at your own time. Thank you for joining me. My name's Jackie, and I look forward to welcome you all next week.